Good evening. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. This will be a great evening. I'm Brian Bell. I'm the director of Alcoa City Schools, and welcome to the 39th annual and consecutive Committed to Excellence Banquet. This is a great night. This is a night where we truly have Alcoa exceptionalism on display. We recognize great kids for doing great things, and it is a great night. But before we get started with that, let's recognize a few other folks. First of all, if you are a parent, a grandparent, or a guardian of a student being honored this evening, will you please stand up? Folks, give them a hand. Thank you all so much for sending us your kids. Thank you all. Also like to welcome and recognize members of the Alcoa City Board of Education. Please stand when I call your name. We have with us the chairman, Ms. Julie Rochelle. Ms. Rochelle, thank you. Give her a hand. Vice Chair, Mr. Steve Marsh. Steve? Thank you. Mr. Clayton Bledsoe. Clayton, thank you. And Mr. Charles Cameron. Thank you, Squirrel. Also, I'd like to recognize members of the Alcoa City Commission who are in attendance tonight, starting with Mr. Ken White. Ken? And a special recognition to Vice Mayor Mr. Clint Abbott. Clint, please stand. Clint was the principal at Alcoa High School 39 years ago, and he started the Committed to Excellence Banquet. Thank you, Clint. This time, let me recognize Principal Becky Stone, her assistant principals, Kim Hawkins, Tony Spears, Gary Rankin, Athletic Director Josh Stevens, Leslie Stevenson, Katie Farrell, Tracy Downs, for helping put on this celebration. Please give them a hand. Thank you. And one final recognition from the good folks from Southern Hospitality for the fine desserts. Thank you all. We are here tonight to celebrate a special group of students who by their choice have made a commitment to be exceptional. And the same can be said for our guest speaker this evening. Sonia Lambda Marsh was born and raised in Alcoa. She attended Alcoa City Schools from first grade through graduation. She went to Vos, Springbrook, Alcoa Junior High, and Alcoa High School and graduated in 1970. She graduated from UT and began her teaching career in Blount County Schools at William Lynn High School. From there, she moved to Maryville High School. Really? All right. And was finally able to come back home to Alcoa City Schools in 1996, where she served as a guidance counselor at the middle school and the high school, and retired in 2014. She is the mother of 2 tax-paying, productive citizens and the grandmother of 3 perfect grandchildren. She currently lives in Arkansas and is an adjunct professor for the University of Central Arkansas, where she teaches online classes and supervises school counselor interns. Please welcome back to Alcoa High School one of my favorite people, Dr. Sonia Marsh.
Good evening, Alcoa family. It's good to be back. When I was first asked to come and speak tonight, I asked for a little bit of time to think about it. I needed to make sure it was the right thing to do. But I decided it was the right thing to do, and I'm here tonight for 3 reasons. And one of the reasons is because you don't say no to Coach Rankin. No, literally, you don't say no to Coach Rankin. He will hang the phone up on you before you get a chance to say no. Can anybody testify to that? Yes. But besides that, he's a friend, and I try to do anything that a friend would ask me to do. The second reason I said yes tonight is because this place is very personal to me. You've heard that I spent most of my life here. My educational years and my professional career. I got here from Maryville as soon as I could. So this place is very personal to me, and I would do anything for the school system, legally. The third reason I'm here is probably the most important, and it's because I believe in the reason that you young people are here. So I want to congratulate you and your families and your teachers on the academic achievements that bring us together tonight. I love that we celebrate lots of accomplishments at Alcoa. We've always done that. We celebrate everything from state championships to All East Chorus to Special Olympics to Student of the Month, and I love that. And my appreciation for this school got even greater when I moved to Arkansas. I developed a different kind of appreciation than I had when I lived here. Home will always be home. And you young people being honored tonight, you belong to a special group. A school family who has loved you since the day you first enrolled in Alcoa City Schools. I've always believed that there are two kinds of education. The kind that teaches you how to make a living, which is what you're being recognized and celebrated for tonight. But there's another kind of education that I believe is equally important, and it's the education of making a life. And that's what I'd like to talk to you about just a few minutes tonight. One of the very best people who knew about how to make a life was a man named Fred Rogers. You might not know about him. You might know him as Mr. Rogers. But Mr. Rogers was a man who was very gifted in many areas. He was a musician, he was a minister, but he had a passion for children, and he had a passion for changing the world. And so he came up with a children's TV show because he thought there was something lacking in children's TV at that time, in the 60s. And he came up with a TV show that was unlike anything that was out there. It was not cartoons, and it wasn't real flashy, and it wasn't real gimmicky. But he just had simple conversations with kids about things that were important to them, about things that they were going to face, sometimes difficult things. Everything from divorce to being afraid of being washed down the bathtub drain when the water went out. And he was not afraid to talk about any of those things. I remember in one episode, he called them conversations. I remember in one episode he came into the set and there was an aquarium over on the side, and the first thing he would do would be go over and feed the fish. And a fish had died unexpectedly, and so that whole conversation became about how we grieve the loss of a pet. And the thing that Mr. Rogers had going for him is that he talked to us, and I felt like he was talking to me personally. And he talked about things that were important to us and in ways that we could understand. And he talked about it in a caring and calm way. No matter what the conversation was, though, he always encouraged us to be our best selves. And he always left us with this thought: I like you just the way you are. In his career of almost 33 years, he taught us how to make a life. And he emphasized three things that were important to making a meaningful life: kindness, love, and helping others. One of my favorite memories of working at this school, by the way, I had the best job in the world when I worked here. My job as a school counselor was to encourage people, and there is no better job and there is no better place to do it. So I am deeply grateful for the job and the opportunity that I had to work here. But one of my best memories is enrolling new students. And when I would enroll new students, I would inevitably get to that point where I would ask, it's hard to move schools in middle school or high school. It's brutal. And I would always ask questions like, do you know anybody here? And often the answer was no. And if the answer was no, then I was always proud to say to that kid with honesty, If you want a friend at Alcoa High School, you'll find a friend at Alcoa High School. That was always amazing to me because you guys are such a close-knit group of kids. Most of you have been together since kindergarten, but yet you always seem to find room at the table for one more. I hope that you as an individual and you as a school neighborhood never lose that wonderful quality of being warm, welcoming, and accepting to new people. It is so rare to blend diversity with inclusion. It's so very easy to just be kind. We don't have to agree on one thing to be kind to one another. You don't know what kind of misery and what kind of brokenness is in the person next to you. So Mr. Rogers reminded us that we should always extend kindness to each other. And he said there's something of ourselves that we leave in every meeting with another person. And that's a pretty powerful statement. I hope that kindness and acceptance in this neighborhood is still a priority because you're never too old, too busy, or too important to be kind. And I mention your families and your teachers tonight because they're an integral part of your success. They are the love component of making a meaningful life. It is on their shoulders that you stand tonight. You're very aware of many of the ways that they've helped you along the way. But I can promise you that you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes of your success. The people in this room, along with others that aren't here tonight, have helped you. In fact, they've just loved you into being. The countless prayers that go up on your behalf, the anonymous financial contributions to enrich your educational opportunities, not to be praised for it or to be rewarded or recognized in any way, but just to give you the very best opportunity at this thing called life. I hope that you can find time to take a few seconds out of the next 86,402nd day to thank those people for their love and their support and their strong, safe shoulders. None of us makes it without our support system. And I hope that you are grateful for the place God has set you in this world. And you take every advantage of the love and guidance and support that surrounds you in this neighborhood, in this community. And let those people continue to love and guide and support you until your shoulders are strong enough that you can love and guide and support someone else. This will keep you grounded, and it will remind you of who and what is important in making a meaningful life. You know, I grew up in the 60s, the 1960s. And we were going to change the world, my generation. We protested everything. We marched against the Vietnam War. We marched for civil rights and for women's rights. And we got some things done, but we clearly didn't get a whole lot done. We argued against everything the establishment was for. But there's still some areas that are troublesome in this country. And there's still some people in my generation who are trying to make a difference. But tonight I'm going to challenge you to recognize that you are fearfully and wonderfully and uniquely made with a purpose, a responsibility to make a difference to help somebody else in some way. You don't have to march against a war, but make a noise, rattle the cages, be brave, be audacious even, do something. I once heard that if you want to change the world, you don't need to look any further than 3 feet around you. There are people and creatures suffering in plain sight. Volunteer at a pet shelter. Mow an elderly person's yard. Vote. Do something. The problem is that sometimes we've equated our life's purpose with our goal achievement, and they're not the same thing. It seems that the world is becoming a very shallow, complex place where we're living at a frantic pace, where it's all about getting stuff, wanting stuff, buying stuff, replacing stuff, throwing away stuff. It's so vicious, and it's self-centered, and it's anti-life. Life is shorter than it sometimes seems. Long days turn into short years. And Mr. Rogers always said, let's make the most of just this beautiful day. One day at a time. So tonight I would challenge you to approach each day with just a little goal. Maybe making your bed, just saying. And end each day with just a word of gratitude. Mr. Rogers died in 2003, and I often wish that we had a bat signal for him, because the world needs to hear from him now more than ever. But that's not possible. So it's up to us, all of us, to remember his conversations and to find meaning in our lives through acts of kindness and love and helping others. I leave you with my utmost respect for the accomplishments in your education of making a living, and the hope that you are equally successful in your education of making a life. And I'd like to end with the words that Mr. Rogers ended every episode with. If you remember them, say them with me. You've made this day a special day just by being you. There's no person in the whole world just like you, and I like you just the way you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Marsh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to celebrate and recognize the outstanding academic achievements of our students throughout this school year. We'll begin tonight by recognizing the top students in each class. I'm wrong, we're not going to start there. We're going to start with senior scholars. So, as your name is called tonight, if you will come up this side of the stage, get your certificate, go down this side of the stage, and then just line up in front here for photos until everybody's name has been called and we're finished. At this time, Ms. Tracy Downs and Ms. Katie Farrell will come forward to recognize our scholars and grade level awards.
Good evening. I'm Katie Farrell. I'm one of our school counselors, and I am going to honor our senior scholars. So students receive the recognition of Senior Scholar based on a formula of their weighted grade point average, highest ACT composite score, and semesters enrolled at Alcoa High School. Tonight, senior scholars will receive certificates and special medallions to wear at graduation. This year, we have 14 outstanding students who meet the requirements of a senior scholar. Students, when I call your name, please come up on stage to receive your medal and your certificate. Afterward, walk down in front of the stage and remain standing until I dismiss you. The 2018 senior scholars in alphabetical order are Audrey Birdwell, Tara Bach, Allie Brown, Samuel Gregg, Bailey Hall, Gabrielle Hugler. Laurel Long. Jennifer McBride. Rachel Neal. Elena Overstreet. Adam Siegler. Cheyenne Simon. Hunter Thomas. And Robinson Walsh. These are our senior scholars for the class of 2018. Let's give them a round of applause as they go back to their seats. All right, you guys are dismissed. Our top 10 seniors have the highest weighted GPAs in their graduating class. Students, when I call your name, come up on stage to get your certificate and then stand in front until we're finished. The class of 2018 top 10 are, in alphabetical order, Austin Ashley, Allie Brown, Samuel Gregg, Gabrielle Hugler, Laurel Long, Jennifer McBride, Elena Overstreet, Cheyenne Simon, Hunter Thomas, and Robinson Walsh. Congratulations to our top 10 seniors. Let's give them a round of applause as they head back to their seats. Good job, guys. Due to several ties, we have 11 top juniors with the highest weighted GPAs in their graduating class of 2019. Students, when I call your name, come up, same process. The class of 2019 top 11 are, in alphabetical order, Johanna Bay, Natalie Emmert, Christian Graham, Amy Hatcher, Serena Hermanto, Luke Hester, Nicholas Holloway, Avery Lay, Catherine Nelms, Emily Nixon, Hannah Ralston, Congratulations to our top 11 juniors. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, you guys are dismissed.
Good evening. I'm Tracy Downs. I am the other school counselor. I will be recognizing the top 10 sophomores for the class of 2020. So when I call your name, please come up and get your certificate and your hug from Ms. Stone. Let's see. Isabel Boyd. William Carter. Corey Depew. Torrin Daly. Destiny Hayworth. Justin Kinder. Raleigh McDonald. Zachary Thomas. Sarah Travis. And Kobe Besser. These are our top 10 students for the class of 2020. You guys are dismissed. Next, I will recognize the top 10 freshmen for the class of 2021. When I call your name, please report to the stage and line up in the front. Braxton Ballman. Braden Crisp. Briley Cup. Lorraine Deaton. Anthony Landers. McKenna Murr. Macy Roberts. Brooke Robertson. Josephine Swan. Lauren Vaughn. And Amber Woods. This class is very competitive. These top 10 students, the lowest GPA was 4.25. Let's give these freshmen a round of applause.
Thank you. Great job, students. Thank you for all your hard work. They work hard every day. At this time, Mr. Roman Lay will recognize our National Honor Society inductees.
Before I begin, I'm going to do everyone a favor. You can thank me later. I'll be in the back to shake hands. If you are inducted into, if you're going to be inducted into National Honor Society tonight, would you please line up at the window? And I'm assuming that since you are in National Honor Society now, you can figure out how to get into alphabetical order by last name. If the first person would please come to the front of the windows. Are we ready? Tonight I have the privilege of inducting Alcoa High School juniors and seniors into the Alcoa High School chapter of the National Honor Society. These scholars have gone above and beyond both in and out of the classroom. To qualify for membership in our chapter of the National Honor Society, our students must meet high academic, service, and social standards. Last year, our inductees were required to maintain a grade point average of 3.5 to complete 20 hours of community service by graduation. This year, however, we have raised our standards for induction. Our new GPA standard has raised from 3.5 to 3.75. Despite the more rigorous threshold, our students continue to impress us. I am pleased to announce that 45 individuals will be inducted tonight. Each individual to walk across the stage in a few moments is a junior or senior that has maintained a 3.75 GPA and is a positive role model for their peers and their community. Please join me in welcoming the following students into the Alcoa High School chapter of the National Honor Society. Johanna Bay. Lexi Bearden. Elena Betts. Peyton Bledsoe. Connor Canfield. Caleb Cardwell. Blake Clark. Dylan Clark. Iman Coffin. Andrew Coulter. Andrew Davis, Elise Edinger, Natalie Emmert, Tiasha Flowers, Christian Graham, Elizabeth Green, Anne Gregg, Bailey Hall, Amy Hatcher, Jesse Haynes, Joseph Hendrick, Serena Hermonto, Luke Hester, Abby Hitson, Nicholas Holloway, Caroline Jennings, Jackie Kelly, Avery Lay, Michael McCarter, Corinne Miller, Catherine Nelms, Caitlin Newman, Emily Nixon, McKinley Perkins, Caitlin Potter, Hannah Ralston, Landon Ray, Alec Reynolds, Audrey Roach, Kareem Rodriguez, Caitlin Santos Mejia, Lucas Smith, George Soto, Austin Spranger, and Ethan Turbyfill. Thank you and congratulations to this year's inductees to the National Honor Society. You may have a seat. And now Mr. Ken Brown will present the German Honor Society.
The German National Honor Society is an organization which recognizes excellence in the study of the German language and in overall high school excellence. And this year, our German National Honor Society students are required to take the National German exam, and they have all performed at the achievement level or higher, and I will recognize those students who have medaled in the National German exam, which means that they have scored at the highest level. If you guys who are also listed here, as Mr. Lay said, would come over here, it'll help things to go a little quicker. The Tennessee Alpha Epsilon chapter is the Alcoa High School chapter of the Delta Epsilon Phi, which is the German National Honor Society, which is sponsored by the American Association for Teachers of German. And this evening we have 11 students. Raven Armentrout, Dylan Clark, and Dylan is a gold medalist. Christian Graham. Christian is a silver medalist. Emilise Landero. Luke Hester. Luke is a gold medalist. Abby Hitson. Jenny Kate McBride. Jenny is a silver medalist. Emily Nixon. Emily is a silver medalist. Alec Reynolds. Alec is a silver medalist. George Soto. George is a silver medalist. And Robinson Walsh. Robinson is a bronze medalist. And you see these guys again at graduation, and they'll all be able to wear the tassel of the German national flag, which is the black, red, gold tassel. Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations, guys. We'll now recognize our departmental awards, and each department will present individual awards. We will begin with the English department, and Dr. Jennifer Ledford will come forward to give this award.
Hi, good evening. Where's Audrey? Hi. All right, over 20 years of teaching, I have read, studied, and taught the writings of famous transcendentalists. Emerson, Thoreau, Whitman are the obvious ones that come to mind, but I'm going to add one more, Audrey Birdwell. Audrey's ability to analyze text is enhanced by her ability to see through, beyond, to transcend the literal words on the page. I thought she was just doodling on her paper. That was a negative. She is actually digesting every single word in the message of the author. She takes that message, she applies it to her own life, and she comes up with an analysis that just blew me away. When I read her essays, my number one comment to myself was, wow. My husband is also a teacher, and I would read out clips of her essays to him, and he also was wow. I look forward to read whatever she wrote, was never disappointed. She was able to take on the challenge of researching the risk of GMOs in our food. She compared Gatsby's dream to a Venn diagram. And she posed these questions in our Socratic seminars that made all of us stop for just one moment, sit back and say, oh, okay. I asked the kids to write a short piece last year about their own personal Waldens. This is the place they felt most like themselves. Audrey's choice is the mountains, which I was not surprised. She wrote about backpacking, and I quote, like Thoreau, I found that this simple lifestyle revealed the innate joy of life. It was instantly addictive. I lived life on my own feet. I had everything I needed to live on my own back. This is how I will always think of Audrey, doing her own thing in her own way and being wildly successful. For all these reasons, I'm honored to award Audrey the CTE Award on behalf of the English department. Is this me? Is Minda next? All right, Minda Cedeno. Ms. Minda Cedeno, you are up next. Yes.
Audrey can look at a group of clover and pick out the 4-leaf clovers instantly, and pick out the 5-leaf clovers instantly. How many leaf clovers have you found? Like 6-leaf clovers. She can find them instantly. She comes to class with flowers in her hair all the time. She draws, she paints constantly, and she has the soul of a poet and an artist. She rows competitively, and she posts lots of photographs on Instagram of her artwork, and yet there's also photographs of her doing yoga on a kayak in the river, lots of them. She's the most amazing person ever and the most amazing artist. And I'm convinced that she probably paints and draws better than she does English, but maybe Dr. Ledford would argue with me. Audrey is amazing, and everyone loves her and cherishes her, and she is our Art Student of the Year. And our next presenter is the new band director who came from somewhere else, some other school. And it really doesn't matter where he came from because he is extremely talented. He is ours, he is a tornado, and he is Anthony Terry.
All right. This senior student has really stepped it up this year as far as in the band, both semesters, even as far as writing out parts for our drum line in the fall that we used in our show, along with helping out throughout the spring semester, devoting a lot of extra time. And I'm not even going to waste time with this. So the CTE Award for Band will be Adam Siegler. Our next presenter will be Mr. Trent Gilmore with the chorus.
This year's CTE recipient for chorus is a student who's been with me in chorus since 6th grade. She did chorus 6th grade through 8th grade and alto singers for 4 years. She is an accomplished pianist. She studies privately. She is a wonderful singer, of course, and plays ukulele, and she also composes. She has auditioned and been accepted to the All East Chorus for 4 years, and this year she actually made alternate for the All-State Chorus. And this year's recipient for the CTE Award for Chorus is Christina Richardson. Next is Mrs. Linda Rodriguez.
evening. So CTE stands for Committed to Excellence, and Sam Gregg exemplifies that commitment. Sam managed to maintain one of the highest averages throughout Spanish 1 and Spanish 2, even through emergency surgery. His work ethics and enthusiastic approach to learning are commendable and are qualities that will surely take him very far in life. It is my great pleasure to have worked with Sam and to now honor him with the Spanish Department Award. Congratulations, Samuel. Felicidades. And now Coach Chris Frary will present the Russian Award.
Добрый вечер. Our award for Russian language study this year goes to a young man who worked probably as hard as any kid I've ever seen to immerse himself in the language and culture of Russia during his 1 year of study. He consistently challenged himself, constantly learning new vocabulary, and according to some of his friends, he's still doing that, even this year, a year later. He was an avid student of Russian culture and history throughout this time, and those who were in class with us remember that he often depicted it in some very unique artistic ways in his drawings. Our CTE Award for Russian this year goes to Hayden Nicholson. I don't think Hayden could be with us tonight, so I'll give his award to him. Next presenting for German is Ken Brown.
Meine Damen und Herren, Sie haben schon gehört, dass wir sehr gute Schüler hier in Deutsch haben. And that's true, we have great students here in the German program. And so I'm very pleased this evening to award Jenny Kate McBride with the German Award. She is one of the students who is coming to German at 7:15 in the morning to do German 3. She's an unbelievably accomplished student. She's unbelievably well prepared. She's hardworking, she's clever, she's creative. She does everything, but she can't really draw like all these other kids I've been hearing about tonight. And Jenny Kate McBride receives the German Award. And as Social Studies Department Chair, it is my pleasure this evening to award Audrey Birdwell with yet another award. Y'all have heard what a great artist she is. You've heard how wonderfully she interprets. Oh, she loves social studies, though. She is a student who has excelled at the highest level with A's in every one of her social studies courses. And then she just kept taking social studies courses. Everybody's required to take several. But Audrey just said, I want to do more. So she took theory of knowledge, she's taken psychology, and every time she does it, she brings that artist's mind with that ability to analyze, and then just says, I embrace this new learning. So Audrey, we want to award you this evening with the Social Studies Award too. And the next award will be given by Miss Jessica Brown.
This year's recipient of the Math Award not only took honors math courses all throughout high school, but also took 2 math courses his senior year in high school. He took dual enrollment calculus as well as AP statistics. So this is a non-required math class. He took 1 more than he needed to graduate. So this year I want to congratulate Mr. Adam Siegler, the recipient of this year's CTE Math Award. Next up to present the Science Award is Mr. Rob Darty.
Two categories of science in this award ceremony. One is the Analytical Science Award, which basically is more of a left-brain science, more of a problem-solving science. And this is a very competitive category for this school. We are very blessed with great problem-solving, great analytical thinkers in our class. And it just comes down to raw numbers, but I can't be prouder of the recipient, meaning more proud than I am. You should note that Sam has qualified and will attend the Merchant Marine Academy next year, which is quite an accomplishment. It is a congressional recommended placement, and he's to be very, very well celebrated for his accomplishments. Sam Gregg is the recipient of the Analytical Science Award. Biological Science Award, I think Cheyenne's living up to her name, so she is not here this evening. I've heard nothing but outstanding comments from Ms. Ritter and several of those who have taught her anatomy and physiology. I can speak highly of Cheyenne from my chemistry course. But our winner of the Biological Science Award was Ms. Cheyenne Simon. She is not here. Following me is Mr. Kerr, Sean Kerr.
Good evening. Sam Gregg, come on up. This is about you. So in case you haven't heard his name enough, I think we're going to continue to see this for years to come. If you had to spend 4 years with Mr. Kerr, you might be Sam Gregg. If you once made a B, you might be Sam Gregg. If you are always smiling, fun to be around, you might be Sam Gregg. If you were the first student from Alcoa High School to get a ride to the Merchant Marine Academy, you are Sam Gregg. One thing I preach is don't limit your options. This guy has not. So he is going to be our representative for the CTE STEM Award this year. But anybody can get medals and awards. I'm going to give you a pin. But most of all, you're getting an honorary STEM safety glasses. So next up is Ms. Joy Gornto for the Marketing Award.
So sometimes I have to write down what I'm going to say because I have to think a little bit about it, but with this particular student, I do not. Anybody who knows Philip Tyler knows that he always has a smile on his face. He absolutely lights up a room, and you cannot be in a bad mood around him because he just makes you happier for being around him. I thought about Dr. Marsh's words when she talked about Mr. Rogers and how he stood for kindness, love, and helping others. And I cannot think of a student more who is absolutely kind, loving, and helps others. I'm going to say real quick, I remember Philip coming into my marketing classroom, and from day one I talk about DECA, and he said, "I'm not doing it. Don't keep talking about it, Ms. Gornto, I'm not doing it." I said, "Okay, that's fine." And I can't remember what he had to pay, but he had extra money, and he said, you know, just put it towards something else. And I said, "Well, I'm just going to put it towards your DECA dues." And he said, "No." And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna, and if you decide you want to do it, okay." Well, I've had Philip Tyler in 3 marketing classes, and then he went ahead and did DECA, which he did not want to. But then after he did it one time,
he has been to state every single time that he went. And he has just been a fantastic student, and I am blessed for knowing him, and I know he's going to do great things. So Philip Tyler is the Marketing Student of the Year. And up next is Miss Julie Bell for Health Science.
Miss Everett said that I needed to come up and say good sphygmomanometer because that's the only foreign language that we know. So good sphygmomanometer to you this evening. We are so super proud of our CTE, our health science CTE student. He's an outstanding young man and healthcare professional. He did his first school presentation in English in Miss Everett's health science class at Heritage High School. Then he came to us, so we've had him for the past 3 years here. We couldn't have been more blessed by this student being in our classroom. He has all the attributes of an exceptional healthcare professional, the kind that you want to take care of you. He's compassionate, intelligent, hardworking, and persistent. This year is the very first year that I have ever had family members actually call the school and tell our principal, ask to speak to our principal, and say what phenomenal care they got from a clinical student. My very favorite thing about this young man is his smile and the joy that he brings into our classroom every single day. It is my pleasure to give the Health Science CTE Award to Sergio American de Leon. And our next presenter, Ms. Angel Greer.
It is no small task to be qualified to win, much less be nominated for the Yearbook Award. We need honesty, accuracy, humongous work ethic, thoroughness, attention to details, and just the daily rigor of running a business which produces an exceptional book. Most of the time turns and shocks students away from ever taking the yearbook class. So it's with my pleasure to present the 2018 Yearbook Award to sophomore Ruthie Steele. Ruthie brought to the table creativity and just a dependability of which sadly I didn't instill that in her, couldn't teach her work ethic. She definitely got that from her parents. I depended on her to be responsible and fix mistakes that she made, but at the same time, it's a business, so you fix other people's mistakes too. And she did that. She didn't complain, at least audibly, that I heard to me. But I'm sure you did it right, yeah. Our class goal this year, we had many goals, but the biggest goal was to produce the best journalistic yearbook that Alcoa has yet to see. And I believe we were one step closer. It'll be released in a few weeks. But ultimately, it's taken us much closer to compete at Columbia University. So our yearbook up against hundreds and thousands in the United States. So thank you, Ruthie. And at this time, Ms. Feldblum will present a new AP award.
Good evening. As the Advanced Placement Program has grown over the past few years at Alcoa, we thought it was only fitting that we award a student who's distinguished themselves in excellence in AP classes. When we sat down to decide the criteria for this, we thought it needed to be a student who excelled in at least 3 AP classes and took a variety of disciplines in the AP curriculum,
a student who loves to learn and who brings their A game to class every day, and a student who performed well on their AP exams that they took. We also wanted a student that stood out and distinguished themselves as the best among the best. This year's award winner exceeded those criteria, actually. This person actually studied for, took, and performed very well on an AP exam that we didn't even offer the class here at Alcoa High School during her junior year. Now we have it. And it is my honor, she's not coming up for the first time tonight, and I don't know, Gabby, where are you? Come on up, Gabby. Gabby Hugler. And I think Miss Stone is coming back up.
Okay, our last award this evening is the Alcoa High School Teacher of the Year Award. This is a very prestigious award as the winner is selected and voted on by the Alcoa High School faculty and staff. This year's award winner is exemplary in the classroom and has impacted so many through their caring spirit, loyalty, and dedication. I asked a couple of students to tell me about this teacher. If you could just describe this teacher, what are some things you would say? And I got things like, always learning, always pushes us to learn when we don't know, and will learn with us. Is very caring, cares about all the students, wants you to succeed. And one student tonight that I asked, I said, if you could just say one thing, if you could describe this person in one word or maybe two, and he stood back and thought for a second and he said, which I think sums it up perfectly, guardian angel. This teacher's peers say that this teacher takes a genuine interest in students and spends time to get to know them, is very compassionate and takes a lot of pride in our school and this teacher's program. One peer says, always has the best interest of the student at heart. This teacher is truly deserving, and we're proud to have them as part of our school family. Our award tonight is being sponsored this year by Mr. Dwayne Orr of Horace Mann Insurance, and at this time I'd like to invite him to come and present to you our Alcoa Teacher of the Year.
All I can say is wow. This is an exceptional school and school system. Many of you probably already know me. I have the opportunity to spend a lot of time on the football field, the basketball court, the diamonds. I officiate sports, and I know how well the program and the athletics perform here at Alcoa High School. But I'm blown away by you all, you students, and the exceptional parents that are in this room to have the exceptional students that you have. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you. Students have been honored tonight. Parents, I honor you. We are now going to honor the Teacher of the Year. The Teacher of the Year is, it takes all of you to make the exceptional students. And I'm so thrilled to hear the committed to excellence that you all have, and I'm very proud to be a part of this night. For many of you who do not know, Horace Mann was actually a politician who believed in public education. That's why our company took his name, and we want to honor you this night, Miss Julie Bell. Not only is Miss Bell going to receive the Crystal Apple, excuse me, that's the Crystal, come on back now. Don't run off on me. The Crystal Owl Award, which represents wisdom and higher learning. But we also are going to provide her for a shopping spree on Amazon for $100.
Thank you, Mr. Orr. In closing tonight, I'd like to thank our students for making this the very best place. You know, I often say that as teachers, and I really believe that, and I think that all of our teachers believe this here, you know, this is not just our job, it's truly our mission. And these students who we get to work with every single day make it a very easy mission. They're just the best. And we are, I know, you know, if Josh Stevens is here, I'm going to rat him out a little bit. He makes fun of me all the time because on my call, I say what a blessing it is. And it truly is every single day. These kids are awesome. So parents, thank you for raising such awesome kids. I also want to recognize all of our teachers that are still here. You know, the students are blessings, but I tell you, as administrators, it's a blessing to work with these teachers too. They're just outstanding. So teachers that are still here in summer, I know we're in the balcony, will you please stand? All the teachers. Also, I want to thank Miss Leslie Stevenson for organizing this event. She starts working on this. She starts working on this about January, and she worries about it until the very last minute. And she'll be worried about it tomorrow about something that she's forgotten. So, thank you, Miss Leslie. Also, thank Mr. Tom Larson for assisting with all the technology. He does all of this. Thank you. And I don't have this on my list to thank, but I feel like I need to because this gentleman makes my life so much better every day. Dr. Bell, thank you so much for your support and all you do for us. Again, thank you all for being here with us this evening. We're so proud of you guys and know you're going to continue to do wonderful things. Be safe, have safe travels, and good evening.